In just a moment, we should be seeing the green flag at the back. There it is. Green flag is waved. We look out for the red light to come on the bridge over the circuit. There it is. Red light. Green, and they're away, and a good start there from Klaus Ludwig. He just got the jump on Bernd Schneider, and it's Ludwig who leads from Bernd Schneider as they accelerate down towards the first corner. The major traffic jam at the Lisboa, as it always is, but hopefully without any bodily contact, or not too much. This is Ellen Lohr. She has Carlos Rodriguez just on her left there for a flash for a moment, but it is Ludwig first into the corner, followed by one of the BMWs. Which one? It's difficult. No one's hit the barrier so far, so hopefully they've all got away cleanly. And they're up the hill now. Difficult to identify the BMWs because they're all so much the same colour. I think it's Emanuele Pirro. This is Ellen Lohr. Ahead of her, Nii Amarim there, in her teammate. Through Maternity Bend, accelerating down the hill. Remarkable speeds for these touring cars. And back to third for our bend, Klaus Ludwig, leading Emanuele Pirro. This is the battle, as they've left the rest of them behind at the moment in these early stages. Beautifully smooth cars, very, very, very fast indeed. The Mercedes fractionally smoother, but look at Pirro getting in the slipstream there. Trying hard to tuck in behind as they complete lap 1 of 28. Inches apart. Pirro so close to the barrier there. Very often they do indeed hit the barrier. And it's Hosseini who is in third place with Schneider, Winklehock, and Pirro trying. He has a look. Trying to put some pressure on Klaus Ludwig, as if being about 2 inches off his bumper isn't enough. Behind them then, Hosseini has been overtaken. In fact, he's been well overtaken by Schneider and Winklehock. And heading down to the first corner, the oil flag being shown, or the slippery surface flag being shown. And look at the way they skewer their underbraking. And yes, it is slippery, isn't it, Klaus? Yes, you can see the trail of liquid on the ground there. And Pirro trying to get alongside as they go up the hill, and the two of them have come together. And that was Ludwig. He's in trouble with the engine. In fact, yes, he's hit. Pirro was trying to come alongside, and Ludwig off into the wall. So Pirro leading there seemingly without any bodily damage, and it's BMW 1, 2, 3. Lap 8, lapping in 2 minutes 31, and here goes Ellen Lohr. She's right up behind Nii Amarim on the outside. They must be side by side as they come down into Reservoir Bend, but no, Nii Amarim takes the line, and Ellen Lohr still behind her teammate. Here they come, 260 kilometers per hour, out under braking. She's not going to make it because they're going to overtake a slower car. But she comes alongside, she gets alongside the other Mercedes. They're side by side, and Lohr goes through. Well, it was a long overtaking maneuver. It seemed to take half the lap, but she's finally made it. And Amarim's coming back. And off there, it looks like Bernd Schneider. Or is that the car, or is that Ludwig's car that's been there all the time? I'm not certain it is. It looks as though it may have been Bernd Schneider. And here it is. Ellen Lohr going through ahead of Nii Amarim there, up Moorish Hill. And that's it. Yes, it was her. Off into the barrier, I'm afraid to say for the third time this weekend. She went off a couple of times in practice. It's her first time on this circuit, and most of her competitors have been here at least once before. So sadly, Ellen Lohr out the order after 20 laps. Winklehock perhaps being held up a little bit by those back markers. No, he gets past them. Must admit, Winklehock seems to have had 1.1 seconds apart. And Schneider now 9.5 seconds behind. Oh, and Schneider goes off into the barrier. Schneider off into the barrier. Out of this race. He had been the star. But as he came to San Francisco Hill, straight off. And that will be a relief to Joachim Winklehock. Schneider over the fence, doesn't look very comfortable, that. But Schneider out of this Guia race. And very sad for the Mercedes team. 3 cars damaged and sidelined, while 3 BMWs now head the first 3 places. This is it again. Winklehock gets through there safely, sliding just a little bit, but Schneider is already well in trouble before he even comes into the corner, and bang into those tyres. Well, maybe that's when the airbag will have come in useful. Back into the Armco on the other side of the track. Debris on the circuit. Masahiro Hosseini, fortunately, going very, very slowly. Well, it's been a controversial race, one that we expected very much between 2 major teams, between the BMW mobile team run by Schnitzer and the AMG team. Pirro being very badly held up by a Toyota there. But the real question mark is what's happening behind him between Winklehock and Ravaglia. One would love to see teammates racing against one another, but one would not like to jeopardize them. Here they are. And Winklehock still leading Ravaglia, literally by a length. But one wouldn't want to jeopardize a good placing for the team as a whole. Pirro, 2 corners to go for him. Coming up to our bend for the last time. 3rd gear, through there safely. An excellent afternoon's work for him. Admittedly, he was involved in the controversial overtaking maneuver with Klaus Ludwig. And there are the other 2 BMWs. And Ravaglia looking as though he might have been lining himself up to try and overtake. We'll have to wait and see, because Emanuele Pirro is coming up to take the checkered flag. There is a slower car in the way. They get past that. There's Emanuele Pirro. Checkered flag for him, and victory for the 2nd year running in the Guia race. Here are his 2 teammates. 1, 2, 3. For the mobile BMW team, Joachim Winklehock in 2nd place. Roberto Ravaglia just 1/3 of a second behind him in 3rd place. So just 1 interloper in a clean sweep of BMWs there. Ni Amorim in 4th place. John Wilson and Kevin Wong 5th and 6th. And then in 7th, Carlos Rodriguez in the Ford Sierra. 8th was Johnny Wong, the winner of Class C in the Toyota. There they are, lined up across the circuit. An excellent effort from them, and we'll look forward to a similarly titanic struggle next year. Join us then.